Oh my gosh. Welcome back to the FutureSwell YouTube channel. My name is Joe, and today we're going to be reacting to some of the world's scariest sea monsters. And I know there's a long list of these because ever since the days of early exploration, sailors, pirates, and explorers have had these insane interactions with sea creatures all over the world. That's where you get a lot of stories like mermaids and the great white whale, kraken, the Loch Ness monster even. There's so many stories and interactions out there in historical documents where we get the legend of sea monsters. I think before we had a really good grasp of science and evolution, I think a lot of the interactions, especially early interactions with these crazy animals, were just met with dumbfoundedness, because a lot of times these creatures will wash up onto the beach, and that's honestly the first interaction that a lot of scientists and people even get with these creatures, because some of them we didn't even know about. So they die and they wash up on the beach. Today I'm just so excited to jump in, see what kind of sea monsters are out there and what kind of interactions people have had in the modern day, because there's so much exploration that has to be done in the oceans, and there's so many creatures we've never even seen, and I'm excited to see what we find here on the internet. So let's dive in and see what we find. All right, here we go. Looks like there's like fish. It's a night. Perfect sea monster characteristic. Okay, I gotta pause it. I know I just started this video, but this is one of the creatures that I could go my entire life as a marine biologist without ever seeing or interacting with. I think these are probably one of the worst creatures in the ocean, and I feel like this video is about to show us why.
2 meters long, they have a local
2 meters.
as man-eaters.
Man-eaters? I'm telling you.
Alone, they're formidable enough. But this is a pack.
Oh my gosh. Do you see how many there are? I have a story about these, and I'll tell you right after this.
They're highly intelligent hunters. Their eyesight is exceptional. They have powerful tentacles, suckers ringed with 70,000 hooks, and a razor-sharp beak.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, they're literally like wolves of the ocean. That's what that looks like to me. It's the way that they like throw out their tentacles with all their like, what do you call those? Like hooks? Oh my gosh, that's the worst thing I've ever seen in my entire life. I would never ever want to swim in the ocean with one of these. Okay, let me tell you my story about Humboldt squids, because it is horrible. And if you remember at the beginning of this video, they said that they're man-eaters, and that is 100% true. There is this dive trip that was happening off of the coast of Chile in South America. And anyways, they were scuba diving, just a normal night dive. They had jumped in the water, and as they were coming up, some of these Humboldt squids had come into the area and ended up making a kill on a fish, like very similar to this situation where they're pack hunters. Anyways, the water started getting churned up and really crazy, like a frenzy, right as these scuba divers were ascending. One of the divers actually got attacked and started bleeding out, and it sent the Humboldt squids into a rage. They started going all over the place, just mauling this guy through his wetsuit. And you saw all of those hooks on the tentacles just wrapping around and dragging him down. His friend reached down to try and grab him, but there was nothing he could do. They literally like obliterated him. It's like in those cartoons where like the bugs or whatever like skin something, and all that's left is bones. That's all that was left. They never found any piece of him, and the squids completely destroyed him. And the other diver barely got out, basically used that as a distraction and swam up, and the boat had to pull him out. And I never ever want to have that ever happen to me. Humboldt squids, you're on my hit list. Like, no thanks. Okay, deep sea ocean. These, I don't think a human will ever like face-to-face interact with these, just because they're so deep in the ocean. They're all the way at the bottom. Oh, bioluminescence, so cool.
This is bioluminescence.
Why does it swim like that?
A deep sea anglerfish.
It looks so mean, but it literally swims like a fish in Super Smash Bros. Or like a Pokemon. Like, it's just like...
The light is generated by bacteria that live permanently.
The thing I always wondered about these fish is, are they controlling the light, like when it goes on and off, or is it on its own? That's what I always wonder. Because it said it was bacteria that lived in there.
Sorts of lures out in the darkness.
This is like that Finding Nemo movie all over again. Oh, it's just the way their teeth are like.
Rod way below its owner's terrifying
Is it gonna eat it?
teeth. It's difficult to be sure.
Oh
But
my
then
god.
this monster does have another giant.
Like imagine you're a little fish and you just swim up to that. Oh. Ooh. Ooh. Well, he's excited to see whatever's coming his way.
Use their lures in much the same way as fly fishermen use their imitation flies.
Man, they have developed some of the coolest evolution ever, because can you believe that? They literally developed their own like fishing pole. But the craziest thing about these fish is it just sucks to be a male version of an anglerfish, because when they mate, the male basically like attaches onto the female as like a little parasite, and its body is like absorbed into the female. Men, if you ever want to like transform into an animal, don't pick an anglerfish, because if you get with anybody, you're just going to dissolve into their body. Next video. Oh my gosh. Just right off the bat, are you kidding me? That was horrifying. This is like a horror movie. I really don't know if I actually like doing this whole sea monster episode. Oh my gosh, these are the worst. They actually, I live in Hawaii, and cookie-cutter sharks live in the channels between the islands, and they're a menace. They're just a menace. You see that? It's like suction. It's cookie cutting pieces out of them. Like for such a cute name, they look horrifying. Number one, because they swim straight out of the dark. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I did not need to see that real picture of the cookie-cutter shark. That was just, oh, there's so much to it. It looks disgusting. Why does it have like perfect teeth? I had braces for 10 years and my teeth don't look like that. This is exactly what I was talking about when sea monsters are 100% real. Look at this guy. Oh gosh.
Pretty mysterious and elusive species. They live in open ocean, which is obviously vast, and to make it even harder to study them, we believe they
Look at it. It just appears from the depth to whatever's at the surface. So they hunt at night.
We believe that they use that pigmented collar in
Oh my gosh. They're just little sneakers, little sneak attacks, you know? They just come in and...
to almost attack them. And then once the animal comes up,
Ooh.
the cookie-cutter shark, they basically turn the tables on the predator.
They do bioluminescent too.
Attach onto the side of that animal, perhaps creating a vacuum, and we believe they actually
Wow.
and use that sort of motion.
So they use lights and phonophores to attract the attention of bigger species as they come out of the depths. And then once the species come closer to them, they just go and attack them and take a little bite. I've actually heard of stories of swimmers that go between the islands who've been attacked by cookie-cutter sharks as they are making their swim between like the Hawaiian Islands. And there's also stories of people who get into shipwrecks and have to like tread water overnight, of these sharks coming up and taking a chunk out of their abdomen or their leg, and they have just a perfect circle incision. Okay, last one we're going to talk about is this one. I think this one is filmed in Taiwan by some scuba divers. Oh wow. It's definitely a creepy looking fish. I would say definitely ranks on the sea monster scale here. Oh, its eye is just so daunting, just massive. Ugh. I mean, it's not gonna do it. It doesn't look like it's doing anything. Its fins are just like it's not gonna go anywhere and like, get me. But it just looks long and mysterious. Oh, yeah. I've seen pictures of these kind of wash up on the beach before, and like 10 people can just like hold them and be like, but they just, that's exactly what people would think of when you think of a sea monster, just this weird long thing. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm done with this today. That is all of the sea monsters that I really want to do for today. I don't know. What do you guys think? Have you heard of any other sea monster stories that I should look into? I think that these were some scary looking sea monsters. Definitely nothing like the Kraken or like some mythical ones, but I think that the potential for something like that to be in the ocean is definitely still very great. I don't think we've explored any significant percentage of the ocean. All the statistics say that we know more about the surface of Mars and all the planets in the solar system than our own oceans. And part of the reason for that is because of the difficulties to access and all of the environmental factors that we have to combat to actually preserve our own selves at these depths that some of these creatures are able to do just naturally is just so intense. And the fact that there are animals living in all areas of the ocean is just so profound to the effects of evolution and natural selection over the course of Earth's history. And I think it's so amazing to be able to see videos like this. That's all I have for you guys today. Make sure you hit like, subscribe, and turn on your notifications for our channel. We post new content every single week. If you have any questions about anything that happened in this video or anything you want to ask me, just leave it in the comments. And make sure you head over to our Instagram and subscribe to our newsletter to keep up to date on everything that we've got going on here at FutureSwell. There's so many awesome projects happening this year, and we are just at the beginning.